so you should be able to grab a link and just shove that back there. Feel free to promote that anywhere you want. Let's see here. We'll see how many viewers we get. We'll see. I should probably also notify my parents that I'm actually doing this so they don't call down, so I'll be right back.
All right. Are you calling me Bile? What is this?
I'm back. All right. Okay, we've got Red Delicious, King of Darts, Nerf, and Nerf Talk. Hello, welcome to the stream. We probably need to do. I probably need to get the link and self promote now, don't I?
Oh, that's talking to you.
All right.
Because I'm also in the YouTube chat right now, so I can also.
Yeah, if you could grab a link, that'd be nice. Sorry, folks. It's Uzi. Ah, I see.
Yeah, it's Uzi.
And all your 9 million names.
Yeah, because I was looking and I saw that there was a comment on the Messenger video that I made a while back, like 9+ months ago. And since now Uzi has won that one, and I'm sending it off. He made a comment of like, I may own this blaster now on that video. I was like, yes.
That's hilarious.
Yes, absolutely.
That is funny. I have a feeling as soon as I ping everyone in my server that it'll get a lot of people in here. Don't worry, we are going to be doing some actual modding on stream here. We're just getting everything set up.
Actually, that's what my day's been spent doing, is getting everybody's address for this.
You didn't have to do that for me. You already got mine.
Nope, I just went back and grabbed addresses for some people.
Hello, 8-Bit Aztec.
8-Bit, welcome in.
Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. All
right.
If you drop me a link, I'll self-promote in some other places too. So, let's see here. Camera's going to close for a second here. Let's see here. Let's see.
Ooh. Somebody did a Big Shock. The Nerf Talk said he did a Big Shock mod.
Videos are a huge inspiration. Well, why, thank you, Nerf Talk. I hope that mod went well for you.
Yeah, I didn't need yours either. I just got done sending you something, so now I'm going to send you another thing.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. That actually relates a little bit to what we're going to be doing today. A tiny bit. Because I've got this thing.
Yeah, I have some extra things in the box I'm sending you, Jolt.
So, oh boy.
So yeah, you're getting the fun stuff, all the meme darts.
Thanks. All right.
You're welcome, dude.
If you recognize this, or if you don't, this is a air zone thing. It looks like a big bad bow, but it isn't. Instead of having the handles move or whatever, it just has this weird top slide with a scope. And I've already taken off some parts that looked really weird. There was a string and whatever. But it's got a decently large plunger tube and very heavy springs. So I'm going to be trying to make a better barrel for this. There's remains of a previous attempt, and that's about it. Interesting. Oh, you're looking at buying a big bad bow? Of course you are. Everyone's looking at that.
I actually just got 2 of the purple Avengers ones.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yep. I found 2 of them at the same time. They're really clean, too.
Let's see if I can go into YouTube Studio. Let's see if it lets me get a link from there. Will it? Nope, it doesn't let me if it's a current one. That's annoying. Mildly annoying.
It's fine.
Yeah. Could you do an everyone ping in my server? At least.
Let me jump in your server.
Yeah. You full permission on stream for any Arby's. KT, don't annihilate poor Vile.
All right. Where do you want me to post it? In your Discord? Where do you want me to put it?
Gen chat would probably work just fine.
All right.
let's see here. And you can put that anywhere else you want if you want to, but I should probably start doing some mods. But before I do, we got a couple things here. We've got my broken thunder shot, which surprisingly is not that bad in Slamfire only. It's not actually horrible. So that's just kind of chilling here to the side. We got some half darts, we got some modding tools, and of course we have the air zone bow thing. So we should probably get this apart. This one takes a little bit of effort. I'll plug in the hot glue preemptively, huh? Get that all wired up. There we go. How is everyone doing tonight?
Where else can I post this technically in Discords?
Probably your own server and KT's at least.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about KT's for some reason. I was like, oh, right.
Yeah. Catgirl's server, I think, has a self-promotion channel as well.
Yeah. I was trying to think of like the Nerf channels, and I was like, I mean, I posted it in the.
Don't really like self-promotion. Like I think Drax server has a self-promo channel, but like Wallcom's Discord doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. I'll drop it in Drax. Why not?
Yeah. You're looking to take apart your 100 FPS Retaliator during this. I got to put a double shot spring in it. Oh yeah, that's a decent spring upgrade. Double shot springs are nice, depending on what length you get, because certain ones have different strengths or something, I think. Because it just depends on what model you get. Same with Tech 6s. Like, the strength is all about the same, but the length isn't. Some are too short for the Retaliator, some are just right. If you want to get a lot of performance out of a Retaliator on a light spring like that, Uzi, you could get the Worker Plastic Breach Kit. I was on like a stock Buzzbee spring in my Retaliator, and I was getting 120. Just getting all the screws out of this. Hard to tell where all of them are sometimes. All right. So what we're going to be doing for this, we're going to make some kind of inline clip barrel on it out of faux barreling material, and, well, you know what that means, Vile.
What's that?
If I'm making an inline clip on the front of this with faux barreling material, you know what that means.
Oh, well, you're gonna be able to fire off those nice darts that I'm sending you.
Yeah.
Yee. I will say, so I've noticed that just a little bit of use, they do get slightly loose fitting. So if you want, just put a little bit of extra, like, cellophane or like tape. Yeah, Scotch tape on it.
This is the good stuff.
That'll actually work pretty well. I am so pissed that the Spigot was not as good a performance as the stock AR.
Yeah, that was really horrible looking.
I'm so mad about that.
Well, at least the Spigot one has the ability to do inline clips or whatever on it, or single barrel.
Yeah, you definitely need a longer barrel, because the little short thing that I was using, the short little piece that I was using as like a dead space filler, I think I only got like 110s, 115.
I think that was too a bit with bad air seal, though, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was definitely a bad air seal. But even with a better air seal, I don't think I'm going to get that much better. The longer barrel, I was getting 155. And I think it's just kind of like getting the right length of barrel and getting a better air seal would have helped.
Yeah. Air seals can be tricky. I find that Teflon tape is actually normally not a good way to do it, surprisingly.
Teflon's just easier because I don't have to worry about adhesives. The one thing I hate about using electrical tape,
is other O-rings. Like, replace it, either
absolutely.
get a different O-ring or have a secondary little one that makes it go, because most of them are like tapered, the plunger heads. So if you put a little O-ring in the front, that forces the O-ring to go further back, and that squishes it out to the point where it normally gets a much better seal. I do that to my Chronoses. I find that's the only way to stop their seals from loosening up over a month.
What I really want are those green O-rings. Whatever it is that Worker uses, I don't know, like,
those are
brand.
horrible.
Well, they have the best seal, like the size of them. If I could get O-rings that are the same size as those, they would work so much better because
Yeah,
the ones that I get, like that I normally have, they're either too thick of an O-ring or they're too thin, or I have to put Teflon under it or something. But the green one, when I put it in, got a really, really good seal, and I'm like,
but
I
it's
need
of
O-rings
course,
like this.
yeah, that size, but in the regular black O-ring material.
Yeah, yeah, same material. Because it's
Because
I don't
that
remember what the green material is. It's
it's some kind of silicone, I think, is what it is.
yeah, I think
I
you're
find
right.
those O-rings have a lot of issues. They slip off of their place very easily because they're
Okay,
just
so
soft.
yeah, a little too soft. They need
So yeah.
a harder, like a shore hardness or whatever it is.
So this looks pretty big, right? Big plunger tube. But
Is half of it dead? Dead space.
yeah, there's a problem here. If I can get this back where it belongs. As you can see, catches back here. There's the notch. Not very much draw. So you get like, I think the plunger head stops like probably up here. You probably get like that much, like half the plunger tube. Rip. Also, I found it interesting that the return here is not even a spring; it's just a freaking rubber band.
There's plenty of Busby toys that got extension springs in them.
Oh yeah, this is an extension spring right here. Are you gonna make a separate mod showcase of this mod? I may not. Oh, hello, Crafto. Welcome. I don't know if this will warrant it. It's more of just a mod of the blaster. We'll see. I may at some point do that. Let's see here. What modifications I've already done include, like, I've had added some hot glue here to the plunger rod to kind of help reinforce it because it looked a little bit cheap. And I'd obviously cut off the barrel post like an idiot.
Whoops.
And filled some dead space. So I will be removing whatever this is, I think, unless that front spot already can fit faux barreling material, but I think it's a little too tight. So we're probably going to remove that and we're going to start over. Also, I don't think it's straight on, so that's a problem. Oh, that broke at the wrong spot. That's not good. Oh, this is one of my older mods. Ugh. Ugh. That's, ugh. Yeah, massive spring in here. Very heavy. Oh, yeah, it's beef. I should probably get some Kleenex so I can clean up this lube. That's another reason why I don't like Teflon tape. It just slips off too easily.
Yeah, fair enough.
True. Yeah, a little draw indeed. It's unfortunate. Oh, your original was going to main stock and then the air restrictor exploded? Oh, you always like to deploy, modified or not, lol? I do too. Its performance is pretty bad, but it's still a whole lot of fun. Let's see here. Got a trash can here. Let's wipe off this lube. We can re-lube it anyway. I got plenty of the crappy white lithium grease. Got plenty of it, and I don't really care what happens to this blaster, honestly. So we can just wipe that down.
That's like me with
Cyclone
the
shock plunger head. Oh, the nail
it's
biter.
like me with the nail biter last night. I didn't care if I blew it up.
Yeah, I should open that my nail biter on stream so I can show you what horrors are within.
I looked at it. I was like, oh man, I don't want to. I hate the idea of having to, epoxy it all into one piece, and then if you need to remove the spring, you got to, unthread it. But I was like,
I mean, if
let's
you're
just
only
put this
going
in
with
here.
one spring load.
It was a K. I just wanted to see if the K25 would work, and it felt like the mechanism, the gear mechanism kept slipping, like it would pop out the teeth and then it wouldn't retract back, like the handle would, or the priming handle
Very
wouldn't retract back.
strange.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but it was like the shell was flexing just enough to get the teeth to jump, and it wouldn't work. And I was like, "What's going on? I've never heard of this because everybody else." Yeah, I've never heard of anybody else having that problem. So either I'm
Especially
putting
since
it.
like K26 works, and isn't that like technically heavier?
It is technically a heavier spring load, and I don't know. Even after I cut it back down, because I was needing that return. Like you told, like when you jumped
Yeah,
into the chat and
plunger
let me know
return.
about it, I was like, oh yeah, you're right. And I cut like half a spring coil off. Even then, it still did it again, and I'm like, You know what?
Maybe
I
it's
just don't
just that
even
it
care.
needs no pre-compression. Like I know that some blasters have less technically spring like length than what you could put in there, just because that means it will have a little bit of slack for just that. I think strong arms are like that. I don't know. No, I think strong arms might have a little bit of pre-compression. I don't really remember. It's been a couple of months since I've been inside a strong arm. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was just kind of like, I don't really care. I like the shell. I think the shell's really freaking cool.
Oh,
I just
definitely.
I want something a little different. Even if it's using the same, harmonica clip system and all that, I don't care. I would still use it the same way if I can come up with a different like firing, whether it's air compressed like from a mag strike, or whether it's a different spring setup or something. Just anything. It doesn't even matter now. I just want it to work. I don't even care if it's flywheeler at that point.
Flywheel nail biter.
I think it'd be cool. I don't care what anybody said. I think it'd be cool.
Flywheel nail biter. At that point, just have it be an afterburner and put an even
Yeah,
lighter spring
exactly.
in the nail biter.
You can just keep the stock spring in it, in all honesty, at that point.
Or even
and
less,
then just
because all it needs to do is launch the dart a little bit. And if you make it lighter, it'll be easier to fire.
I still think that trying to get a mag strike to like function, I think would be really cool. And I might have come up with something. I might have come up with something. I don't know if it'll work. So when I was thinking about how the automatic system works on the mag strike, if the handle basically would put a little catch that would prevent it from being able to fire off the second shot. And so basically it's just got to stop. And that way, when you pull the handle back, it'll fire once and stop. And then when the handle moves forward, it can pump back up, and then you can fire it again. So now it's semi-auto and not full auto.
I think that would be honestly pretty cool. But mag strike internals, I noticed you were using the blue one. Be careful with those. The older dart tag ones are actually worse internally.
They're
more breakable.
I had these are just the first ones I could grab. I know I've got more. I just don't remember. I know I don't have the yellow ones. I don't really seem to come across them very often. I came across the dart tags way more often.
Yeah, the one that I had that was broken from the beginning, that I got from a friend, broke some more. Like you can see the little nipple that goes to the tank here is broken, and the pump is broken.
Okay.
And this joint here was broken too, and I tried to hot glue that, and I didn't really like it. But
no, you're dealing with a pressure system. You gotta solvent weld it or something. It's similar to like PVCs
super glue
and
works
stuff.
for me. Like it worked on my AT2K, but I couldn't use super glue for this one because of how it needed to have something holding it there.
Right.
And super glue just made it slip right off because there's a lot of tension on that hose, and that's probably why it snapped off in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the older systems as well, the plastics, they wear out, they get, UV damage because they're left out in the sun. Like the one I was taking apart, a lot of the screws were kind of rusty, so it's like, so this might not be in the best shape. I didn't care, but I just wanted to get into the internals to kind of really take a look because I've never actually had one open yet, so I just did it last night on stream.
Interesting. That's the flash flood, right? I missed that part.
Oh no, you missed the flash flood as well. Okay, that was interesting. And for anybody who's in chat, holy crap, if you can find the Super Soaker flash floods, buy them. Don't even hesitate. Buy them. They are incredibly huge. The air tank or the air bladders in them are larger than hydro cannons. Just let that sink in for a second. They are larger than a hydro cannon.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. They are massive, massive air tanks.
Yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea. I was thinking that it was going to be closer to like the Mag Strike or something.
And now I want one because that's too cool.
Yeah, I had to. I hate that I have to kind of destroy that cap, because they always for the Super Soakers, especially anything that's pumped, they always glue, and they glue like crazy on that one cap right by the actual pump. And I had to really just beat the crap out of it and ruin it. It looks gross. And it's like, the shell looks cool. It's a shame I had to ruin that one part, though.
That really is. Knife time. Let's get off all this old hot glue. We're just completely redoing this mod today. Let's see here.
Gotta start somewhere. Start over in some cases.
Yeah, this is... You can tell when it's one of my older mods where I Hot glued first, ask questions later. Hello, Ozzy. Hey, yeah, it is indeed sad, GSP. Red Delicious. How was last night's trip to the restroom, Vile?
Oh God, I didn't even notice that. So it was more of this morning.
That morning, oof.
It was. I got up super early this morning because the coordinator of the charity was having a giveaway. Oh, speaking of Jolt, a crafty jellyfish who was the event coordinator gave away a VTuber model that she made. Teacup Story actually won it.
Oh, nice.
Yes, she was actually really excited because she was wanting that one, and she actually got it. I was really happy for her. But it was this morning for me, and if I have something that's that spicy, I'm always like, I know my stomach's gonna push this out faster than usual.
Lol.
it's, it's so, but I'll just be honest. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I'll just say it that way. It wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tough, spicy things. Maybe I'm just tough as nails. I have no idea because I was expecting a lot of this to be way worse. And I will be posting that video over on my YouTube as well. Like I have it on Twitch and I posted it on the Discords. Like I posted it in my Discord and a couple other ones. For when I did the chip challenge.
For reference, guys, Vile did the one chip challenge on last night's stream. And he beat the crap out of that chip. That chip is in dust now.
Yeah, I actually, so because we got so far, I also had to paint my nails pink with glitter so I basically had to eat the chip and then I started to have to paint my nails. Like I could not do anything else. And that was the thing. It was very hard because I basically, my sinuses were starting to like go. You could hear me the whole time. It's kind of gross actually. Some people might think it's nasty because I was like like the whole time.
Yeah, that was crazy. I had to lower my volume. I couldn't take it.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be bad for some people, but yeah. Actually, it's the same name.
Nerf Talk, Vile's channel is VileMods, and there is a link in the description.
Yeah, I do streaming on Twitch. I don't actually do it on YouTube, and I was making videos, but I just got a little too busy on being able to make videos. I will hopefully next year, like January, be able to start making videos again. I really miss being able to make videos.
Yeah, your videos were pretty high quality too.
I miss doing them so much. I absolutely miss them because there's so much fun stuff that we've been doing over on the streams, and I would love to like share some of it. It's just that the videos
I didn't think this through.
what are you doing now?
I didn't think this through.
Oh God, what'd you do?
I was unwrapping the tape from the barrel. Now I have to unwrap it off my fingers.
Oh God.
Ow.
Oh, the good old e-tape.
Yeah.
I don't even have e-tape anymore because when I was an electrician, I was only an electrician for a little while. All of my e-tape is like, I think the newest e-tape I have is 15 years old.
Ooh, that adhesive is not going to be doing very well.
It's basically, I just call it putty at this point. It's just a big mass of black putty.
Let's see. How is that going to fit in there?
Mongoose, yeah, is that what you're thinking of doing? You're kind of going the opposite. I was trying to do the algorithm and I was trying to have videos every week, and that was really tough. That was kind of hard on its own because sometimes it's like some weeks you may not have anything. Like maybe you're working on something and it's taking you a while. And I noticed I was kind of coming up with stuff. And I was like, I should just start doing videos when I'm ready. And I got a job, like a newer job, and it started taking my time. And then the videos kind of slipped more, and I just stuck with my streaming schedule because it was always Fridays and Saturdays anyway. So that was easier to keep up, and that I could work on something and we could just hang out and have fun.
And welcome in, Mongoose Jake. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by.
Shorts?
Let's see here. Shorts? Oh no. Oh no.
God, for me, I did one, and that was when I found out that the XL darts could fit on the like
the faux barrel.
the faux barrel and the worker scar barrels and stuff like that. I did a little short. I just personally, I don't know. The shorts are
mixed bag.
Yeah, they're kind of a mixed bag. Some of the ones that Flux does aren't too bad, but in some cases, I feel that the short, even though that is kind of YouTube's telling us, oh, you got to make shorts, you got to make the shorts. I just personally, it's not my thing.
I've done one and it got way too many views for so little effort, and I kind of was like, do I really want that to be what I'm known for?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I like making, a 10, maybe 15-minute at most. That's kind of long. I kind of like that 10-minute, video personally.
Oh, you've got 10, no fewer than 10 going right now. Oof, that is a lot, Jake. That is a lot.
Good Lord. That's a lot, yeah.
Although, to be fair, I also have many projects going on myself. I'll give some sneak previews, actually.
I don't even want to talk about how many projects I have.
Hashtag 12%.
Hashtag 12%. I don't even want to tell people. It's bad.
Trying to scroll. There we go. Definitely. Good evening, Luke. How you doing? This is a project here that I've been working on a little bit off and on for a month or so. I went to some garage sale and I found this really chunker old hot glue gun. And it reeks of cigarette smoke, but I saw potential. All I need to do is figure out a
oh my god
mechanism, and we're making the hot glue blaster, boys. We're making the hot glue blaster.
Is that a Big Shock?
No, this is a nano fire with an extended priming rod.
Oh my god, I see what it is.
Yeah, it's pretty small because it's not too huge of a thing, and this I believe does fit in here. Now I just haven't gotten around to trying to figure out how the hell to make a trigger mechanism, because that's the hardest part from what I can tell. But as you can see, that fits pretty well.
You know what I think you should do? I think you should try to get some plastic, like sheet plastic, like ABS or something like that. That's like 1/8 inch thick. Because I don't remember how thick the trigger is on that. Because if you can cut your own, that kind of has
better, actually.
A different angle, and then you can just drill a hole right where the pin is. So you can knock the pin out, take out the trigger, and then just put in that, and you should be able to make your own.
5 to 10 is my normal. I just don't feature. Okay. I see you, Jake. That's interesting.
But yeah, I think maybe if you got yourself some like sheet plastic, like something like that, like 1/8 inch, maybe that could somehow you might be able to make the right geometry and just cut it down the way you need.
Now, here is a long-term project.
Oh god, that looks like my long-term project.
This is nowhere near your nice long-term project. Your cuts are nice, and you have all the stuff figured out. This is the hellhole of integration ideas that probably will go wrong. This is back end of a Centurion, and the rest is Rapid Strike. I need to put stoppers on the trigger because it's coming too far forward. I need to do actual putty, and I need to do more cuts on the Centurion part and integrate it better. And I have to manage to get the pusher to even mount properly.
Do you remember my Centurion project?
No, I don't think I was there for that one.
Okay, it's an old project, and I realized I had to stop it completely because I haven't done enough integration work at the time, and I was like, okay, I definitely need to practice a bit more before I go further into this project. It's a Helios that's being integrated into a Centurion backstock that uses its magwell as well, which is also going to be converted to shoot half darts.
That's that
intense.
Is ambitious.
Yeah, that's intense. And that was one of the first like big projects I started. And I looked at it after I kind of started making all my shell cuts, and I'm like, I need more practice before I go any further.
I think what you want to do is, I don't think that's because you're already mixing an integration with a mod that we don't even know will work, the half dart mod with the Helios. So I
Yeah,
would
because
recommend finding a different like power source. So it's
well,
a
so
Buzzbee blaster.
there's a whole reason why, and that's kind of the crappy part to it, is that the Helios is the only one that has the mechanism that functions the way I want, because it has that return, because the Apollo didn't have it,
Oh.
right?
The
It
Apollo, I think
has
you
to
could put
have it.
one in.
I tried it, and all the springs I kept getting, it kept ruining the springs. I could never find a good
Oh.
extension spring, and I was like, I know you could do it, I just couldn't find them, and I just eventually gave up with the Apollos. Personally, I also like the Helios because of the placement of the Prime. So it was kind of like, oh, this one literally is the perfect form factor. It's just that nobody's ever done a half dart, Apollo Helios finisher, because all three of those use the same priming mechanism, or not priming, but loading mechanism, if you will. And that's where it gets really strange of like, how do I do this?
Interesting. Have you looked at some of the Buzzbee blasters, like the tech ones? I think those have some pretty long extension springs. Do you think that'd work?
So I started this on the Apollo. Like, the Apollo was one of my first mods. It was like literally one of my first 3 or 4. And since then, I've acquired plenty of springs and extension springs from Buzzbee stuff. So if I went back, I guarantee I have a spring that'll work. I haven't done it since. So
say what you want about Buzzbee blasters, even if they don't work for
oh,
you for performance. Oh, the parts, so
dude, the
good.
parts. I don't even. I mean, I look behind me right now and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 Berserker air tanks.
Oh, that's
Oh
so
no,
nice.
sorry. Yeah, 5 Berserker tanks, and then one of the whatever the one that was just the rocket.
The XBZ.
Yeah, well, it's that weird one that has like the pump, and then it has like a tube that runs along the side, like, and it goes into the side of the air tank.
I'm not
It's
familiar with that one.
it, it
Mongoose Jake, if you're still here, do you know the name of that one?
It was part of the ones that would interlink with one another, and that's why the like connection tube is like off centered.
Interesting.
I
I've
don't I
never heard of that one.
I'm sure you've seen it. I guarantee you've seen it. It's not the XBZ. I have 2 of those now, though.
Ooh.
I picked up another one recently, this past week actually. I found another, and I had one already. So I've now acquired 2.
I'm just waiting, Vile, for you to take all 90 air tanks that you have and just connect them all together into one gigantic blaster. Is it the Barbarian? I don't know.
Let me check.
I think I've seen a Barbarian. I don't think it's that, is it?
I'm double checking right now. No, it's
Where's my bit?
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Alright.
Because it's such a here it is. It is. It's known as the Ultimate System, or what's the? I can't see the missile. Ultimate Missile Blast. That was the one.
Okay, gotcha. I think
because it was part of that that connecting line where like all the blasters could connect together to make like a crazy blaster thing.
Let's see, is that good sizing? Trying to drill this out. I wanted to go from the other side. Berserker. Berserkers are really nice. I've done.
I get Berserkers, and I'm still trying to find one that has that air tank that you got.
I think on History of Nerf Modding we were looking into trying to figure out a way to tell from the outside. I think there was a way, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I have picked up every color, every like because I can't find whatever it is. But yours is a different geometry. It looks, and like I said, I even put the pictures next to one another. I'm like, no, dude, your geometry is like, it is a larger tank. And I cannot for the life of me find one like that. That's why I have 5 of them behind me. It's because every time I see a Berserker, I buy it.
I kind of want more Berserkers now, just to see if I can find another that is like this. Because I know someone on History of Nerf Modding had another one of these larger tank versions. Very, very weird. Until you had said that, I didn't know there were two versions. I thought that was how they normally were.
Yeah, and that was the thing because you posted the picture of it, I was like, wait, that doesn't look familiar, and I remember like, no, like everything's slightly different, like it's a different shape and geometry and color. I was like, that's really weird, and I kind of went on this quest to try to find the same thing, and I cannot find it. It's
That's
now
I'm.
my it's that one, my white whale or whatever you want to call it.
I guess.
I'm trying
I'm
to
sure you'll
find
find
that
one
air tank.
eventually. It'll be the holy grail.
Yeah, it's gonna be my thing.
The thing that we can make that into a new meme.
Yeah.
Violinist quest for the giant tank berserker.
Yeah. Or I mean,
I
it's
wonder
like I said, I've got XBZ tanks, and I don't even care. I'm more interested in this berserker one.
lol.
It's
I
so
wonder.
stupid.
I wonder if there's a performance difference between the two. That's what I
Yeah.
wonder. Because like if the I think something having to do with the release being different. You have about 8 barbarians and berserkers at this point. Mongoose Jake, have you ever noticed that there's 2 tank variants of the berserker? Because apparently there are.
Yeah, if you do, Jake, I am curious if you have a difference or if you've ever seen a difference in any of the berserker tanks, because like I said, I've opened up multiples now, and none of them are the same as the one that Jolt just showed there on stream.
Yeah, mine's larger, I think, in length and in width.
Yeah, I think it is slightly. It's because, like I said, I put them side by side and like scaled them, and I'm like, no, these are definitely different. Like, I don't know the full amount, and that's why I want one, because I want to actually take measurements and compare the two like together. And I'm even willing to sacrifice a berserker tank and like cut it open to even know like
Oh no!
what is the full difference of them. Like, if I find one that's like busted, I would do that. Like, be like, you know what, it's already gone. Let's just
kill it
let's
more.
let's kill it and actually look at. I'm always fascinated like with the internals of these things if I can get
Oh, for
into
sure.
them.
Internals are the most fun. Let's try here. Right now I'm trying to cut this out and get that CPVC out that little bit so I can have as much inline clip as possible. And if I drill the hole right, I should be able to shove some faux barreling material. I might use that, or I might use this long one.
Ooh.
This one's
You see more
leftover
panthers.
worker. You see more
Now,
panthers? Oof.
are
I
those
wish I could find those.
Are those the newer ones, or is that the old ones with that large tank on it? Because I see the Air Max 6s a lot.
I hear aren't the Air Max 6s good for tanks? I had heard something about that.
They're okay. They're kind of like the later versions of the Panthers with the slightly smaller tank. They're still not bad tanks. They're not obviously as nice as the larger
like
Panther
I don't
tanks.
need enormous tanks. Like I kind of just want to get into more air blasters in general. They're kind of fun.
Other than double shots. Yeah, I'm fascinated with all of the air systems. I think they're fascinating things, especially the bladder systems like the Titans and stuff like that. And like how their ball valve works in the hydro cannon and the flash flood, which was crazy because it had 2 of them in there.
Oh yeah, I now I need to find a freaking flash flood. I don't know why. I just have this image in my head of a gigantic like Maverick cylinder holding inline clips. I just have that image in my head now, and I want to do that.
Oh no, I absolutely can see that. And you'll go old school with the elbow that comes off of it, off just the front, and it goes right into the old, either a Y feeder or the old inline clip system that's just all PVC down the side of, the blaster.
Like I'd be doing is I'd put a coupler on the front, and then I'd take where's one? I got like the spare shell from a Maverick cylinder. And what I can do with that, if I can find it, is I can put the inline clip through there so it'll hold all 6 perfectly, and I can make that seal up and go to the coupler, and then it'll be just a 6-round inline clip. Well, 6 at once.
Like a shotgun
inline clip. So every time you fire, you get another shot. Like that would be a lot of fun.
I've thought of some stuff like that with like the 3-round. I was wondering because of Chicken making the cylinders for the boom dozer, if that was possible.
It might be. I don't think the boom dozer would have the plunger volume for it because you kind of, with inline clips, you have a lot more dead space. So you kind of need that. But I think it'd totally be something to look into. Maybe a 3-round inline clip would work for the, or three shot at once inline clip would work for the Mega XL stuff.
I think it's 3 is pushing it a little bit.
2 would probably work.
I think 2 would probably be fine, mostly just for performance wise, just to get a little bit of, barrel on it, and to also, try to get rid of a little bit of dead space. But I know it's possible. I know it should work.
Oh yeah, I've definitely been meaning to do a shotgun inline clip at some point. I just need to find the right blaster to do it to and just get around to it, This thing it won't give. I'm murdering this poor piece of CPVC and it's not wanting to give.
Oh, I hate
Come
that.
on. I must have hot glued it in there. Because I don't see any screws poking through.
Did you super glue it by chance?
I don't think there's much of a chance of that. I'm me, remember?
I know, but
there is only one.
Hey, I like hot glue. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, definitely not anything wrong with it. I mean, I do use super glue occasionally, but only when I have to, like when I'm gluing something rubber. Like, I think I was trying to do a comrade breach the other day. And I did that because hot glue does not hold the rubber tips of darts. So, yeah. That's a thing. This is mildly annoying to do, but hopefully we'll be able to power through this. You passed on a broken one recently. It was beat to shit. Oof. Yeah, I hate it when I see, like, at thrift stores, blasters that are, like, broken. That's always sad.
Well, like when I found the that Soldier 76 one, everybody was like, that long shot. And I'm like, no, that long shot is dead. And it was, it was missing its priming rod. It was missing the stock.
Ugh.
It was like, yeah, it was just totally beaten. And I come across blasters like that a lot. And sometimes if they're blasters, I know that have good parts in them, or like something that I'm like, okay, I can use the shell, I will buy it, mostly because I don't want, parents or like a grandparent to buy it for, the grandkids or something like that. And the kids are like, what am I supposed to do with this? And then that just goes in the trash anyway.
Yeah, I actually like it when I find stuff that's broken at a thrift store. And sometimes if you take it up to the counter, they'll even give you a discount if you can show it's broken.
Yeah, I actually have done that many a times. Many times.
Me too.
They'll give me 50% off in some cases.
Yeah,
actually,
once
in one case they gave it to me for free.
Oh, snap.
They gave me one thing for free, actually. I also I've had them like those marshmallow shooters. I got 2 of them. One was labeled at $2.49, the other was $1.49. And I went up there, I was like, why is it one's labeled $1.49? She's like, oh, I'll give them both to you for $1.49. I'm like, yes.
Yes. Deals.
I'll take it.
Let's see here. Ugh. This is mildly annoying. I'm just breaking the CPVC out, basically, at this point.
You do what you got to do.
Yeah. After all, it's worth it for a mildly interesting mod. Ugh. This is actually, like, painful. Almost. I want to get it out in one piece, but it's not wanting to. Maybe if I get my hammer here, I can manage to punch out this green piece. Must have glued that in there hard.
You found a clear deploy that looks like it was run over by a car, then dropped off a building. I've come across 2 of those clear ones, and both times they were either so yellow and beat up, and they were also asking like $15 for them, and I was just like, you know what? As much as I want this, I just can't. Hammer time.
Yes. Although I don't know why you wouldn't buy the yellowed one. I mean, come on, man. Piss deploy.
Yeah, I already get enough jokes about Piss Boy.
Well, yeah,
my
doesn't
Game
your
Boy
Piss
that I
Boy want
made.
a Piss deploy to go with it?
Yeah, I don't. Well, if I could even find the green ones, they match in color.
Oh yeah, I definitely I've looked for those sometimes just because I really like deploys just because it's different and everybody hates them, so I gotta love them. And thus the chronoploy was born. See here. Come on, I've almost got the green piece out. It's trying. They wanted $2 for it, but you got it for $1. Ha. Yeah, I don't know why they'd even put that on the shelf. Most Goodwills won't do that. Aha! I win. Oh, no wonder. I put the mother of all hot glue in here. That's a lot of hot glue, actually. Now I gotta get my screwdriver. There we go. That'd be why it didn't want to come out.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Let's see here. Now I should probably be able to get.
You need to just. You know what? Maybe you should get a tea kettle, one of those electric tea kettles from the thrift store, and you should just keep hot like water.
That'd be funny.
Because that way, I mean, it'll soften. It'll soften up that hot glue.
It will, but like it's better to get it to crack off because then it doesn't have residue and stuff.
True.
So I'm gonna try and get this green piece back out and have that hold because that's got a slimmer than a dart back end, so that'll act as a stop for the inline clip. So that's probably a good thing. I already know this will perform on an inline clip, by the way. Gets like 90 to 100 at least, I think.
Nice.
If I remember correctly. Mint, clear deploy in mint condition. Nice. Very, very lucky right there. Oh, I'm getting some of that lubricant. I hate lubricant. No, I'm turning into Brizzy. Let's see here. Oh, that's right. I forgot that there's more glue here because it's supposed to be open. These are I just reused bits of the air restrictor.
I'm gonna take a quick BRB so I can grab something to drink.
All right, I myself have something to drink. Got some Mountain Dew Voltage.
Nice. I'll be right back.
Hey, bought a crusher today. Nice. That's the X-Shot chain fed thing, right? At least I think that's the X-Shot chain thing. If I'm mistaken, let me know. I'm not too familiar with X-Shot blasters. Although I did the other day get a pack of Meteors on clearance at Sam's Club. Do. It's your 450th blaster. Jeez, Nerf talk. And I thought I had too many at like 160. When someone makes a Strife chain fed. I think someone did that to a barricade, actually. That's basically a chain fed Strife at that point. I remember somebody in Wallcom's Discord had done it. Apparently, they had to do a lot of fiddling with the rotation mechanism to get it to work. Let's see. Aha. Aha. We're winning. Sorry, this is taking longer than I expected it to. Let's see here. Gotta get all that hot glue off, and we can redo all of that, but this time to a better standard, let's hope. Because, fun fact, I'm I didn't used to be very good at modding. I just hot glued first and asked questions later, and that did not normally turn out into a good blaster. Then we get horror situations like this. See if we can use a knife. See if that'll work. Nope, it does not want to. I need to get that out. This is going to be a pain. But yeah, I definitely did not want to. Mod a rip chain, maybe. I've heard the rip chain has like a lot of issues feeding, doesn't it? Remember correctly? Not entirely sure. I've never owned one. The chain fed thing that I would be interested in is that vintage one. What is it called? What is that thing? It's the one that Diesel's always going on about. That's really cool. The crank one. What's that? Razor Beast. That's what it is. That thing. Maybe hammering on the hot glue will work. I have no idea. A Razorback? No, it's not a Razorback, Red Delicious. That was the original name it was supposed to be called, but they were forced not to because of copyright reasons. I believe it had something to do with a sports team. So if yours says Razorback, that means it's a really rare one, most likely, because I think they might have had some that said that on there. No chain. There's a 3D printable file that Diesel has for clips for them that make them shoot half darts, and it shoots them really hard. Like, I think it was up over 100 FPS. And it feeds more reliably than the chain would anyway. So here, we've almost won. We've almost won over the hot glue.
Was it Razorback or is it Razor Beast?
It's Razor Beast, but the original name was supposed to be Razorback. I believe it was changed for copyright reasons, I think is what it was, for some sports team. So, very nice that you have one, because that's pretty cool. Just, by the way, don't try and open it. Because apparently those are, like, hell internally. Apparently, like, they didn't... It's not like it's complicated in there, I don't think. It's that it's not held down. The internals are just kind of thrown in there. So it's very, very difficult to reassemble. So this is just the last bit of hot glue that we got to get off this piece right here. You don't have access to a 3D printer? Ah, that sucks. I know the feeling. I'm sure you could find someone who'd print one for you, though. For the right price, of course. Ah. I will win. I am man. You are hot glue.
I will have my revenge.
Indeed. Happy you're able to drink now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Especially after that chip.
The one thing I will say about it is, yes, while it is hot, it's the flavor. It tastes awful. God, it tastes so bad. It is the worst flavor thing it's just bad. There's no way to really describe it because you don't. Yeah, I don't know. So
it's basically like it tastes bad on top of being spicy.
Yeah, it's really.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, it's. I'm trying to just recall what I could even say it tastes like. Yeah, how do you describe it? It just tastes.
How do you describe putting literal, baked shit in your mouth that also burns?
Yeah, basically. It's...
Let's see here. Ah.
Yeah, there is nothing that has the same flavor. Like, nothing. I can't even explain anything else.
I guess that's probably, there's probably a good reason for that, obviously.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like that because nobody wants to taste that.
like I don't mind hot foods and stuff like that, and sometimes they're like, oh, this is Carolina Reaper flavored or ghost pepper, and I'm like, cool, and it tastes good, like whatever it is, but it's because they have other seasonings in it, and that's
Like
why.
sugar. Gotta put sugar in there with your
Sure, why
spicy food.
not? Sure, why? Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, this thing is just ugh. Oh god, it's just
I know my friend who took it from my church, he did that challenge and he lasted literally 10 seconds.
that's so funny. Well, okay, so Teacup told me this too, that she had two of her bosses on the base. Basically, it was like the CO and the XO, who's like the captain and the executive officer, basically his second in command. They did the chip challenge as well. One of them sounded the same, where within a few seconds he was already like, freaking out, and it was overly the hottest thing ever. And she said, but the other guy, like the other one, acted just like me. And
Where
she's
it was
like,
like,
yeah,
oh, that's hot, and then was done within 10
yeah, he
minutes.
was just kind of like, he was just a little teary, snorting a little bit, like, and that was, and he goes, oh yeah, absolutely. It was the what was after that was probably worse, because like
Oh, yeah,
last
having
night
the.
after stream, I had the worst stomach aches.
Oh,
So
I bet.
it came in waves. That's another thing, is that you know when you do the chip challenge and you actually like go through with it, sure the reactions might be fine, but what you don't realize is the like stomach aches that you're going to get possibly like an hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later, whatever it was. And like you're constant, and then like out of nowhere, I was sitting there, and then my stomach just felt like it was like I was about to hurl, and I'm like, oh god. And I had some of that sour cream that Teacup had sitting there for me, even though I didn't use it. I had some of that, and I was like, okay, that actually works. It's calming down. But it just kept feeling like I had a bomb in my stomach that was about to explode.
Oof. So it's like Taco Bell, but it starts sooner.
Yeah, but it's a little worse. It's a little bit more volatile. It feels like you might go double dragon at any moment.
Maybe there's just a tiny speck of that in everything that Taco Bell makes, and that's why it's Taco Bell.
They're putting the one chip seasoning in it.
Just a tiny bit in that, because their meat mix isn't exactly all meat.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's what's in there.
It's all horse meat.
Yes. Let's see here. I think we got just about all the hot glue out. There's a little bit left in there, but that's out of our way. So what we want to do is we want to decide how long we want to make this. I don't know if I want to sacrifice my nice big long piece. Well, we'll see. How much? Because I don't actually have that much faux barreling left. So what do you think, Vile? Should I sacrifice the big piece and go for the big inline?
I mean, the bigger inline's going to have slightly less performance. What did you say you were getting, like 110 ish?
I think, but that was on this.
Oh, that was on the longer one.
Yeah, this is an 8-rounder.
Well, how much was that 4 on that smaller one? 4
I'm
or
not
5?
sure how many this would hold. I might be able to look and see if I have some other faux barreling. I actually don't remember how long it needs to be to fire Mega XL.
I have them right here. Hang on. I think you have any one of those would work. Where are my XL darts? There's.
I know this will already be going back into the blaster a bit, so I don't.
Here, I'll give you a measurement.
Let's see.
Oh, that's not gonna work. Where's my? Trying to like find my XL darts and everything.
Trying to figure out which way this wants to be. So how far this goes in to the front.
Oh.
So this goes in here like that. Right. That's how that goes in. So I need to sand out this part here so I can.
So, 3.5 inches will be fine.
3.5 inches to fire Mega XL. Let's see, how long is this section?
Yeah, that should
This is
Like
over 5 inches. That should be plenty.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I think it'll be better to do that just so it doesn't have as much dead space. So this will still have a decent amount of inline clip. This will be like 3 or 4.
You'll probably, I mean, if you're getting like 110s ish, maybe 130s, if depending if if it's shorter like that, you'll probably be able to get 50s for the Mega. For
That'd be
the
pretty
XL.
awesome. Like,
You might.
because I know this is meant to fire that size anyway. Like, if I had just left the original post and taken out the air restrictor, it'd fire it anyway.
Yeah, if you're able to get within the 50s, you're getting close to stock. So, I mean, really, that's not bad if you think about it, because then it shoots at 2 ammo types.
Definitely. That's one of those things that I like doing anyway.
Exactly.
Now I have to figure out how to get this to...
Now, if you can figure out how to do an extended draw on that plunger tube, if it's got that ability, like, then...
I thought about it, but it doesn't, like, quite work, because you can see there's this slot down the plunger rod before the catch notch. So I don't think that'd work. Are you making your inline, or did you order it? I am making it. I don't generally get kits for the most part because I can't afford it, and I like doing things myself a lot of the time. There are exceptions that are made, but I usually prefer to do things myself. It's more original, if that makes any sense. Did you end up having? Have you tried Mega XL on your big bad bow yet?
Oh. I tried on the purple ones, and the performance was kind of garbage. But that is stock big bad bow.
It
wasn't
could be because of the air restrictor.
Yeah, and I know that it has a weird air restrictor on the front of it, like at the, and it might not be getting. That is a beefy spring. Holy crap!
It is really strong. Ugh. I've considered gutting this just for that.
Oh my god. So I have a package showing up from New Zealand from Frankenzilla. He dropped some springs in there for his expanded plunger tube Aeon that got over 320 FPS.
What the hell?
I can't remember, like the spring weight, but it was something stupid like 38 kilogram spring.
That's gonna break something.
So he sent me one. Take out the arrows. Yeah, Nerf talk. I need to. It's just I got him and was like, oh wait, that's right. XLs will work on it. So I just tried it real quick, and I mean it was just abysmal. And I haven't taken them apart yet. I do have a big bad bow that I took the AR out of. So I need to go. I need to get that one out and try it on that one.
That would be useful information for sure. Where do I stick that thing?
But yeah, he's sending something. Apparently, it's something that we can't get here in the U.S. So I'm very curious what this spring is that he's using, because I'm supposed to, per his instruction, he gave me 2 of them. I'm sending some of them on to Iron Gopher.
Oh no, this ought to be good.
So the 2 of us have to figure out what to do with these things.
Hey, I mean that's gonna be hilarious to watch.
I don't even know, dude. Like, they are beefy. They are the beefiest looking springs. They actually kind of frighten me a little bit.
This is curb levels of spring load.
Oh yeah, that's getting up into the, like, you're trying to hit records type of spring. Like, it's insane.
Is the right thing? No, that is not the right tube. Looking for the right tube to try and house this. Go around it. That'd be nice. Where did I stick that? I know I have a tube that would work for this.
You did that with the Nerf Blazing Bow?
Yeah, I think the Blazing Bow is just like a big bad bow with no catch, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. I usually pass on those just because
I've never seen either one of those or the big bad bow where I am.
I see the Blazing Bows all the time, but they are so beat up around here. It's the same thing. Like, where I'm at, a lot of the stuff that I find a lot of things, but they are very well loved.
That's strange. Like the Night Finder you sent me is like freaking pristine.
So it is like the flash flood that I got was also pristine as well. I literally just ripped open like an absolutely pristine flash flood, which is kind of a
Someone's gonna kill
shame.
you for that.
Someone's gonna kill me for that, I know, but it was worth it because now that I know what's inside of it, it's like I'm gonna sacrifice all of them. I don't even care now.
All of them will die. Blood for the blood god.
It's for the cause. It's for the cause. You got to understand.
Yes,
But the
I understand. Yes.
it like sometimes I'll go in and the blasters are like held together by two screws and things are like falling out of them and the catch is broken and it's not firing, and then you'll find another one that looked like somebody just pulled it out of the box and put it on the shelf. Like
that's crazy.
It's all over the place here, but it's nice because if you're trying to find stuff, you can really kind of get anything.
Yeah, that is lucky. I have to be very. I can't be picky with what I find at my thrift stores because I have to pay their price because I know I can't find it otherwise.
Yeah, and I know that after I move, my luck is gonna run out because I've already seen the thrift stores in the area that I'm moving to, and there's a lot less of them. They don't have nearly as much stuff. It's just going to be whatever I can find. So
That really stinks.
that's kind of why I've gone out of my way to kind of get so much stuff before I leave.
Yeah, you're just bleeding those thrift stores dry.
Yeah, I am. I'm absolutely doing that. When I finally get everything set up at the new place and I can finally show like the collection kind of like, set up and stored in the garage and stuff, I think people will finally realize just how much stuff I have. It's a lot.
Jeez, $20? That's insane, Nerf Talk.
Best find was a Rapid Strike Hyperfire and a Hailfire for 20. They were in great shape. Actually, that's similar to like one of the first finds I got, which was a Rhino Fire, Hyperfire, and a Rapid Strike, I think, all in a bag. And they had a bunch of accessories in there. And I got the whole bag for $20.
That actually doesn't sound so bad. I wish I could get deals like that where I am. Let's see, where was this? 3/4?
It's kind of weird. I'll like when I first was doing it, I was not paying more than $5 for any blaster. It didn't even matter what it was. Now all of a sudden I'm going into here's a fun one for you, Jolt. What is it? The ATK or whatever, the
AT2K?
yeah, the AT, what was it, the 2? Yeah, the smaller one. It's the 2K, not the 1K. And it wasn't the 3K. They had two of them. They put them into the glass case, and they were wanting $15 each.
That's a good price for them, honestly.
I've actually found them for $2 a piece.
I want more of those since I loved my old one and the one that's in my long shot run gun. Those are so nice. The tanks are so nice.
Yeah, and well, actually I went back in and they've dropped the price on them from 15 each to 10.
I would pay that honestly if I were you, because those are kind of good for mods.
The one problem I have with it,
Grim.
Hey Grim, welcome in. What up, Grim? Now you're hearing me over on a different stream. This is crazy. I'm just bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
All over the place.
Mr.
Yeah, I know the 10 would be better, but these two that they have are actually in super nice shape. It's kind of the ones that I would want to put with my like vintage collection because they're so nice. And it's like, man, I'd rather find them for $2 than I don't feel bad ripping them apart.
Fair. I ripped apart mine because my neighbor gave it to me for free.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun because that one actually held pressure perfectly.
Yeah, I have an AT1 AT1K and an AT3K and an AT2K, all of them in really good shape, and they're not ones that I'm willing to tear apart yet. So I think I have a couple. I have a couple that I'm willing to tear apart and a couple that I'm not.
I know that the 3K, I have a 3K that I need to finish modding. I actually, where is it? It's over here. I'm just waiting to get more barrel material, so I have enough to actually do it right. Because I have it. I've removed the rotation mechanism, and I've put a better seal between here, a rubber seal between the turret and the actual tank. And so it's a manual revolver now, but that's better. And I've drilled out all of these barrels. Now
So what you're saying,
size for 1/2 inch.
I was gonna say, you're saying is you have a revolver inline clip system.
I have it. I want to do inline clip, but these were slightly too. These aren't wide enough to do, and they're too wide for barrels. So I need to eventually get like more CPVC or something, and make some really nice barrels out of that. Because I like it was shotgunning when I tried to make inline clips out of this copper tubing. That was annoying. But this is when I thrifted for like a couple bucks. Oh, that's why it's making a weird noise, because it's not lined up. But yeah, that should be a fun one. I would recommend keeping the manual rotate on these, by the way. If that makes any sense.
And get rid of the like auto rotating.
On the ones that have the auto rotate. Like if you're wanting to put heavy barrels on there, like, because I found that mine didn't want to rotate properly just as is half the time. And it's a really weak rotation mechanism that's overly complicated. You're just better off with making it manual rotate. And that's why I want to get another 2K. You tried to use copper material, barrel material before, and it didn't work out. You need for it to really work, you got to have a lot of like plunger volume, because it's a really light seal. So it's good for like hamps and stuff, Grim. Like for instance, a little random project. Let me grab a dart. I've got because I have 19 bazillion reactors and no balls. Here's just a reactor with like 2 feet of copper tubing.
How's that? I am very curious.
It's still too short. It's still too short for the plunger volume. I'm not even joking.
I want to know what your performance is like on that.
Not bad, but I have to shotgun it, otherwise it gets horrible performance because it's still too short a plunger volume. It's sticking out. It goes all the way to the back. Because, reactor. And it shoots 2 at once pretty hard. Or 3 at once. Like, you can just shotgun everything with these.
Half darts.
Yeah, I put like 5 half darts down it and was still getting like good range.
Why don't you just get a bunch of the rubber 50 cal paintball?
I wanted to get some of the foam 50 cal paintballs, but they've become unobtainium. They just dropped off the face of the earth.
Because everybody ordered them left and right because they found out, and I think everybody just went nuts.
Yeah, that seems to happen a lot. Like
actually, so I found the NF Strike, like AccuStrike or the AccuFake Mega Darts that they had that just kind of vanished out of nowhere.
Oh yeah,
I've noticed Worker has them now.
Interesting. Like, is this Worker mod? Because that's like a different thing.
Yeah, it is Worker mod. It's the Worker mod website, but I've noticed that they have. No, okay. Well, I know that the ones from NF Strike were okay. They weren't bad, but they weren't like the best necessarily. But I was gonna get them right when the Moto Fury or whatever came out.
What, Moto Strike? The
Moto Strike, yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. The Flywheeler.
$3 Thunderbow and you left it today? How dare you, Grim? But I've heard good things about those Mega AccuFakes, but then I've heard like horror stories of trying to order them and them being squished.
Yeah, that's kind of what my issue. Well, I mean, if you're throwing them through the Flywheeler, it's it's all right. And by the way, I will say a Thunderbow is also really good for parts.
They are. I've scrapped one because the AR didn't work properly, and then the handle cracked.
I have 6 of them.
Jeez.
I have two of the ice ones, and then I've scrapped two of them, and then I have 2 more that are slated to be scrapped that are the red ones, because the red ones get scrapped, the ice ones do not.
DSP's in the chat here. Oof. Oh, you need anything but a Thunderbow? Ha, grim. That's funny.
Okay. I was getting Thunderbows when I was using the ARs, the Mega ARs. That's why I wanted them, because they're the only one that you can get that has 5 Mega Darts. AR system. It's the largest one, and it's a straight like line as opposed to the square, hamp one that you get from the Modulus series.
The one thing I didn't like is how it was kind of off center, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, so I was doing that. So I have the 3-round one from the Dual Strike.
Oh yeah, I got one of those extra too.
I don't even want to tell you how many I have.
I want
I've
more
got
of these.
so of them. So I'm actually I'm trying to make a Diva Blaster fire that 3-round Mega barrel. And when I looked at it, it actually lines up really, like, it looks really nice, but it's the same problem, right? Like, it's offset where the the intake is.
It's centered on mine.
Oh no, if you look on that, so with how I was needing to do it, I had to cut that off, and if you look, it kind of routes around to the side.
Yeah, it does.
So that's what I was needing to do, is I had to kind of I cut a bunch of parts out of the plunger tube from the Thunderbow, and I basically then used super glue and baking soda to like build up a bunch of like material on it and stuff, and I kept filling it in, and then well, it's lining up now with the mechanism, because the mechanism inside of the Diva Blaster is similar to a Kronos.
Well, it would be a Kronos, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's essentially a Kronos, but it has that weird kickback feature with the handle.
Yeah, just an extra lock mechanism, basically.
Yeah, and what I needed it to do is the barrel needs to remain stationary, and essentially the plunger tube, has to move back. And I kept the front part of the barrel that was of the Rival Blaster,
because it has the O-ring.
Yeah, it has the O-ring, and it can move back and prime, and then go back into it. And go right back into the AR system. So I had to do all of that. And the one thing that stopped me was that I needed to start 3D modeling, because I was going to make a new front cap piece that could house the Mega Barrels. This was like one of the first blasters I 3D scanned, was the Diva, like the front plastic piece from the Diva and the AR. And I just haven't gotten around to actually making the plastic part that's going to clamshell around it and like lock it into place.
Oh, for sure.
So that was my project. It's not that difficult, because luckily like I said, the 3D scans kind of give me the basics to where I need to start from, and it'll help me line up to the shell, which is even better. And then once I got that, I can then, like I said, put the barrels into it. I'll print it in 2 parts, and then it can just clamshell and like screw onto it, and then should be good to go. Like, and you can just drop it into the blaster, because once you do that, that's it. That's all it needs.
That sounds really cool, actually. I like that idea.
It is something that I need to fit. Like, this is what I mean about I have so many projects, and it's like, I gotta do this now.
I still need to get a Diva pistol, because those look comfortable.
They're not bad. I really like them. The handle's a little bit squared. Like, if it was a little bit more rounded, I think it would be nicer. But it's not a bad blaster, actually. I think they're good, because they're a Kronos. Yeah. I mean, with now a cool kickback feature to the priming handle.
It's like aesthetically cool looking. I think on its own as a rival blaster, I don't see any reason to use it over Kronos, but like doing something like that Mega AR, that would be really cool.
So I have a picture of it where I just put the Mega AR roughly where it was going to like line up, and it actually fits the blaster stupidly well. I love the way it looks. It actually looks like it was meant to be there. So I kind of like the idea, and that's why I want to try to get it. And because if it's nothing more than 3D printing the part that clamshells, all it is from there is you just figuring out how to like put the back part for the for the barrel and the plunger tube to just seat into each other, and you're good.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all you got to do, and it's it's kind of like doing the chronomag. Once you kind of get the gist of how you do it, it's actually really easy, especially if you got most of the 3D printed parts. Like,
oh yeah, that's what I learned after I did the chronoplay. And that's why I was able to do the upcoming project. Actually, I haven't showed this off on YouTube. What's it, the Mercury thing. Because I guess extra project. Because I already had figured out how to make Chronos internals do the chronomag thing.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Mercury.
Everybody likes that because of how well that barrel lined up on that. It's so stupidly well.
Oh yeah, it's not even perfectly cut either, and it doesn't need to be. Like it's not even perfect.
It's just so ridiculous how well that lined up. I There is one thing that I have noticed about working on these blasters is that they use so much similar geometry that it makes things going together like seem almost like way too easy.
You want to make a chronoploy, but it seems like something out of your talent. Don't undersell yourself,
Not at
Grim.
all. What are you talking about, Grim?
Once you really like get into it, doing the chronoploy is actually not that difficult, surprisingly. Like, it took a while for me to figure out on my own how to do it, but once I knew how to do it, it's actually like pretty darn simple. In fact, I would love for there to be like 3D printed parts for it because that would make it even easier.
I think that now that you've got kind of the basics figured out, I think that a 3D printed kit is probably simple to do, or somebody might take it up because it's going to be like the trilogy.
Yeah, it's not quite like that because the trilogy one is drop in, like
Right.
drop on top, but the chronoplay requires a lot of shell cutting.
Yeah, I think shell cutting's not a problem. In all honesty, it's once you've got the shell cut, like think of it like shell cutting for a strife with a switch plate, right? Like if you have that little 3D printed part that just pushes in once you've cut down, like, you know, the ribs on the inside, it actually still makes it really good because now you don't have to worry about epoxy putty or hot glue. Really, you could literally just push the part in and you're ready to go. And like I said, cutting's easy. It's the parts that need to be structural after you've cut out whatever you needed to cut out.
I think that's probably true, honestly.
You're accustomed to shell work, Grim? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think it would be out of your realm.
Yeah, that's why I would say chronoplay would not be difficult in the slightest for you, Grim. You are great with shell work.
Yeah, I think you'll do just fine with it, Grim.
Yeah, you got some really sexy integrations going. Let's see. So, how are we on the project here? We've got I've cut out the front here, and this piece is now free of hot glue. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to take this recon plunger, plug that in there because that gets me something, and then with a little bit of tape, the faux barreling will slot in there because it's just shy. So like a wrap or two of tape would make that fit. If that makes any sense. But how are we doing on time? We are just about out of it. Because I have church tonight, unfortunately. So yeah, you did. You didn't need to do that. I've got it around here somewhere, actually. I just prepared the seal the other day.
Sent your only Chronos to Jolt. I'm not gonna lie, I actually just got 2 more Chronoses. One of them was a red one.
Nice. I've got, I think, 2 red and 2 white at the moment. There it is. I repaired the seal on it because the seals on Chronoses go bad really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Just those O-rings just shrink in there.
I wish I could find blue ones. Blue ones are like the ones I had to trade Arby's to get a blue one.
Yeah, I don't see the blue ones. I know one of my neighbors had one because they went to Meijer and like bought one of every color.
Yeah, I can't find blue ones around here. I've found more reds and whites. Obviously I see all the time, but I just don't find the blues. You want to sell me a Chronos?
I mean, all right. We do actually probably need to stop now because I actually do have church tonight, so I need a little time to be able to eat some dinner. So we're gonna have to end the stream here in a minute. But
no worries.
Thank you,
That's good.
Vile, for being here for the stream.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Thank you to everyone.
Well,
in the chat.
congratulations. You're actually at 630 subscribers, even so you surpassed
Awesome.
even your 627. So congratulations on that.
Oh, GSP's got Grim covered. Aha, aha. I knew it. I knew it. Anyway, so you all in the chat have a very, very good night. Thanks again to Vile for showing up. And go, if you haven't already subscribed to Vile, there's a link in the description box to his YouTube channel. Make sure to check that out.
Eventually, I'll have videos going up again. It's in the works. They will happen. I promise.
Yep. And I believe on his YouTube channel he even has a link to his Twitch, most likely. So
yes,
that's where he's most active.
Yep.
Very fun streams. Make sure to stop by. They're way too much fun, if not too chaotic.
You want people to stop in because you want to see the chaos that you're going to start doing eventually when you get your sound alert.
Oh no.
I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing. Yeah.
Anyway, we've been rambling for long enough. We've been going for nearly an hour and a half. Everyone have a good night. Have a happy Halloween. And thank you for watching.